But if you don't know what success is, how are you going to know if you are successful? So something we started doing within the business, but everybody who is running an alumni network should really do this from day one, which is, what is success? When I get to the end of the year, what should I have done that means I tick the boxes and I did a good job? So it's really important to define that early on. Now, the EA Customer Success team can absolutely help you with that. You may not know, we run the networks for about 20% of our customers for them as a managed service. One of the things that gives us is a huge amount of insight as to how alumni networks should work, how they operate, what is successful and what isn't. The team can help you uncover what success looks like and help you build a plan for how to get there. But in terms of what to measure, from a practical perspective, community size is a starting point for many of you, just the sheer number of people that are in your network. You can't really derive any value from your network until you have got some people in that bucket to derive value from, which is obvious. A stepping stone piece of data to look at is engagement. So how many people are opening newsletters, how many people are logging onto the app, for example, how many people are attending events. For a lot of organisations, this is where the measurement stops. I would say to a certain degree this is important. You need to know that there's some engagement in your network to understand that you're doing something right, but it's not the be-all and end-all. It's just part of the journey to get to your destination. The fact is that not everybody is fully engaged all the time. You may have somebody who joins your network who never comes back in to log in. They might not open one of your newsletters, but they'll come to you when they want a job. They might come back to you 4 years later when they want to do a piece of business with you. The fact is, you've gained the right to be able to talk to them and they know that you're still there. So engagement is important, but it's not the ultimate thing that you should be concerned with. The ultimate things you should be concerned with for most organisations is a version of these two, which is how many people have you rehired, whether it's directly or whether it's through referrals, or how many sales, what sales have you delivered? Again, whether that's proactive, that you've found people you can do business with, or whether they've come to you and said, I would like to do business with you. These are probably the endgame metrics that you should be interested in as organisations. And success is not static, so you'll have launch targets. Your targets might be to launch by a certain deadline because you've got a certain event, or social media exposure around launching your network, or number of sign-ups. But your first year is likely to be, how big can I get my community? But your 3-year plan should actually be about, how do I deliver on the ROI that was in my original business plan? For most of you, but not all, there will be a business case somewhere that said, we can spend this money on building an alumni network and we will get this out. If you put $1 in, we'll get $1.50 out, whatever the number is. And you'll start to focus on subsets of your community. Ultimately, the 5-year plan should be about going beyond that initial business case and how you take alumni to the rest of your business. Because if you focus on rehires, for example, later on in the program you should be looking at how much business can I derive on your employer branding, etc. But always remember throughout this, these are measurements of what you're getting out of the alumni network. You do also need to keep an eye on what your alumni are getting from this. Again, it's a transaction. These people don't belong to you. You're providing them with a service. In return for giving them a service, they will give you some value back. You will create goodwill. They'll rejoin, they'll refer, they'll do business with you. Now, this one's probably going to be unpopular in this room, because we talked a lot about very human stuff. But ultimately, measure of success is not how many things did we do this month in the alumni network. It's going to boil down to one of two things. How much money did I save, or how much money did we make? Everything ends up with those two metrics at some point in your organisation. Even if it's a CEO project and there was no business case initially, somebody from a defensive perspective is going to knock on your door at some point and say, hey, we're spending X on this, how much money did it make? But even if it's not from a defensive perspective, you should be thinking about this. How much value am I delivering back into the organisation? Start with these numbers and work back. What do I need to achieve? $500,000, $5 million, $50 million of value to my organisation. That will help you really plot a path for success. In terms of how can EA help with this, we've done a lot of work recently on statistics. Those are really great busy charts there. access and page view statistics are really nice. They'll tell you how a particular piece of content is doing, or how a particular alumni is engaging, but actually, the most important piece is really KPIs that are linked to your business objectives. Again, more along the lines of how many hires did I make, how much quicker was the hiring process, what was the success rate of those hires after they joined, did they stay longer as a result as well. We're rolling out Microsoft Power BI at the moment to all of our customers. What we are doing is sitting with every single customer and saying, what is your objective for the year? What does good look like? How much money you've got to make? Great. We'll build you a dashboard and we will track towards those milestones. And again, that's really important. Boil this down to the outcomes. Okay, last cat of the day. So just to summarise, there's 3 steps to success. It's really easy. Define what success is. Make sure you've got accurate data. Use that data to reach your objectives and measure it. Simple as that on a PowerPoint slide.